Security is the foundation for Singapore's success. Singaporeans, and all those who've decided to make Singapore their home, appreciate Singapore as a place where they know their families and investments are safe and secure. An operationally ready SAF, one that's vigilant and ready to be deployed for any operation, ensures this. Singapore has built up an SAF that commands respect, deters threats, and contributes to the peace and stability in our region and beyond. Working quietly behind the scenes, an operationally ready SAF creates the conditions necessary for a stable, secure, and prosperous Singapore.
These are very trying times and exciting times, but we can just look at the news around us. Attacks that have been going on, we can never know who is on our side and who is not. That's why we have to be vigilant, especially during these times.
Being operationally ready means that the SAF can swiftly call up NS units and personnel to defend Singapore. Forming the bulk of our army, our NS men are tested through regular mobilization exercises and in-camp training.
It's good because it keeps everybody on the toe, especially when there's a call for duty. The entire troops are able to come back, despite the fact that we are all civilians. But the fact that when there's mobilization, there's no such thing as weekend. At the press of the button, we are back.
While the SAF's primary mission remains the defense of Singapore, the SAF continues to be actively involved in UN-sanctioned international peace and support missions. This also demands a high level of operational readiness, given the often challenging and complex operating environment. As a responsible member of the international community, Singapore contributes within our means to such missions.
Sama-sama.
We play our part because security challenges in other parts of the world can affect peace and stability both at home and in the region. Singapore has continued to support multinational reconstruction efforts in Iraq. Since 2003, Singapore has provided 4 landing ship tanks, or LSTs, 4 KC-135 tanker aircraft deployments, and a C-130 transport aircraft detachment. During their deployment, our LSTs conducted patrols, as well as boarding and security operations for the protection of key oil terminals in the Gulf. The KC-135 tanker aircraft provided air-to-air refueling, while the C-130 provided the airlifting and transportation of logistic supplies. This ship security team from the Republic of Singapore Navy is part of the 180-strong crew of RSS Persistence, a landing ship tank that operated off the coast of Iraq. The security team operated from rigid hull inflatable boats, or RIBs, and they'd intercept ships suspected of smuggling weapons and other illegal items. The team would then board the ship to conduct security sweeps and to ensure there were no rogue elements on board. RSS Persistence patrolled sea routes leading to Iraqi ports and provided logistic support for coalition vessels and helicopters. Its mission: to protect the waters around the Al Basra oil terminal.
I know there's a small motor tanker through bearing 301 coming.
Although it's an operational environment with its inherent dangers, when the ship is tasked to come for this mission, we look at all aspects of safety, especially shipboard safety itself. And we have ensured through experience from past missions that the ship is safe at all times. And we realize that we can actually cope with any kind of threat that comes towards the ship and the threat to our own lives.
Serving as a conduit for 97% of Iraq's crude oil exports to the world, the Al Basra oil terminal is a prime target for terrorists. The main threat is from small and fast suicide boats that give little or no warning of their approach. To ensure the security of the oil terminal and their ship, the men and women of RSS Persistence were always vigilant and alert.
So we have to react very quickly to this threat. And so the people are trained, they are always aware of the situation around, very vigilant, especially with their eyes, because some of these boats may not be picked up by radar.
Rigorous training prepared these men and women well.
Training there was quite tough, so it prepared me mentally and physically, so that whenever we are on duty, before that we would still continue training, so that when we are on duty we will be focused and be alert and vigilant.
More recently, Singapore contributed a dental project team and an engineering project team to Bamiyan, Afghanistan, in support of the multinational reconstruction efforts there. Their contributions have already improved the living conditions of the people in Bamiyan. The 5-man SAF dental team has made a difference to Bamiyan's dental health and education. They established and operated a dental clinic at Bamiyan Hospital and trained the local Afghan staff to run the clinic. Working with the Afghans, the SAF team provided dental healthcare services to over 900 patients, performing over 1,200 procedures over an 8-week period. The team also conducted dental awareness workshops and participated in a number of community projects.
Everything went successfully. You have come, brought equipment, you have motivated the people of Bamiyan. More importantly, you provide a service which in most parts of Afghanistan, a rural place like Bamiyan, is not still available. So this is a big achievement.
Another 5-man SAF engineering team was also deployed to oversee bridge construction and repair projects in central Bamiyan. The team also worked on the construction of drainage and a water supply system for the local university in Bamiyan.